Thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for being here tonight. My name is Walorski. I think many of you know me in the room as a frontline fighter for the things that we believe in. I'm running for Congress for this seat to send Nancy Pelosi packing back to San Francisco and turning this seat back over to you. This country, folks, this country is in crisis. There is a poll released today that 78% of Americans believe our economy is going to crash. And I'm telling you, the reason I'm leaving a state house seat that many people say, well, really, how come you're leaving a state Republican seat? Because I didn't go down there to hold hands with those guys to do nothing. I didn't go down there to retire. I went down there to take a state that was a $1 billion deficit and move it to a nearly $2 billion surplus in 5 years. And when we talk about how do we shrink government, we've done it in Indiana, folks. We've shrank this government in 5 years by 5,000 jobs. From 35,000 down to 30. It's called freezing the budget and cutting spending. And it works. And it has to happen in Washington. And the number one priority in Washington, D.C. is freeze this out-of-control budget. You do it with votes. And you do it by electing people who are not afraid of Nancy Pelosi. You do it by people who are not afraid of Barack Obama or Rahm Emanuel or Chicago thug-style politics that we see in St. Joe County. We were born and raised here, folks. We know what it's like. This is as pit bull politics as it comes in this county. The reason I went there was to put Pat Bauer in a box and to unleash the freedom in St. Joe County. Priority number one, send Nancy Pelosi home by getting this Congress back. Ladies and gentlemen, this healthcare bill is catastrophic for the state of Indiana. This is no laughing, joking matter for experimentation and what it's like to be inside of government. This is the time to send the pit bulls in and to rein back and to repeal what they just did and replace it with common sense Hoosier thinking, like tort reform, like we do in Indiana, like we do in Indiana, like the HIT plan that went on hold today for 50,000 Hoosiers because Barack Obama just put it on ice. That's what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. In the state of Indiana, if we don't elect people to go in and repeal and look these people in the eye and tell them, no thank you, we're done with this kind of spending, you will be paying the biggest increase in taxes you've ever seen in your state. And it's going to be paid to Medicaid, because 30% more people in our state will be on Medicaid per the federal government's numbers and per the economists in the state of Indiana's numbers, to the tune of almost $5,000 per worker in this state. Ladies and gentlemen, I represent 65,000 people. I have stood many times by myself, not just to take on Pat Bauer, but to take on our own party. And you know what? The reason I've done it is because I went there to make a difference. I went there to stand up for Hoosier families. I went there to call for the defunding of Planned Parenthood, because if we're going to get honest about being pro-life in this state, ladies and gentlemen, your federal tax dollars provide abortions today through Planned Parenthood in this state. The way to get rid of that is to defund them, not just to put executive orders in motion and do nothing. It's to defund the people before the surgery, before the abortion. You want to talk about standing up for families? I've done it. You want to talk about standing up for putting taxes behind us and putting more money in people's pockets? We've done it. We're one of the strongest economies in the nation, in the state of Indiana, because we have done it. We have got to send people to D.C., folks, that are experienced, that are leaders, and have the passion, and are not intimidated or afraid of these people. I know what it's like to put up my right hand and swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Indiana. And it is a heavy weight. It's an oath in front of our Creator. I take it seriously. I absolutely stand in awe. On Saturday, I went to D.C. with 30,000 people on the Capitol steps to implore these people like Joe Donnelly not to send our state into bankruptcy, to uphold that Constitution that he swore to uphold too. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the red, white, and blue on the flag that we put our allegiance to, that we put our hand over our heart, that blood was shed for, all the way back from the days of Normandy with my great-grandparents and probably yours, and the folks that are fighting today in Iraq and Afghanistan and the domestic terrorism that's happening in our country today. It's because when you put your hand up and say, I will fight, and to defend, I will. I've done it. I'll continue to do it. I'll fight for you. I will defend you. I will take on Nancy Pelosi on national TV TV and make you proud as she exits Washington. I need your support. I'm ready for it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our speech. This is our great state of Indiana. This is our nation. We can take it back, and there is still time to turn this great country around. I do believe if we do it in 2010, we can rein this thing in by 2012. If we let it go and get apathetic and hold up our hands and say it's all over, then we're not going to get it back. I'm telling you, if you'll stand with me as we look around Emmanuel in the aisle when he comes in to campaign for Joe Connolly, we'll send him back to Chicago too. Start seeing, ladies and gentlemen.